All right, everybody. Got another story for you. Um, this goes back to I want to say it was around 2008, 2008, the end of 2008, 2009. Um, I was working for well, actually, it started out I was working as a bouncer for nightclubs. So 2007, 2008, I was a bouncer at nightclubs. I used to work at Sevilla's, uh, sometimes at the Rock and Taco Fortune, Scribbles and Diamond Bar. Godfather's and Chino on Wednesdays. What else? There was a couple other spots. I just can't remember which ones they were. But yeah, I was doing that for a while. And while I was there, I met my boy Mondo, who I talked about in my last video. My boy Mondo from Puente. He was working there as a bouncer also. So sometime in the end of 2008, he stopped working there. And one day he called me, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing now? What kind of work are you doing?" And he says that he was working for an escort company. And I was like, "What do you mean escorts? Like prostitutes?" And he was like, something like that, yeah. Like pretty much he was like, yeah, it's kind of like prostitution, I guess, Some girls were saying they weren't sleeping with people. We knew that some of them were fucking liars. But anyways, he was like, yeah, I'm working over here. He was, I'm making good money over here because whatever the girls make, I get 20%. And so I'm like, well, what is it you do? And he started explaining to me that they would get a call from a guy or a couple, whatever, at the office over there in Fullerton, and they would request a girl. They would see them either to see the girls on I think on Facebook. So, or they would say, "Hey, I'm looking for a girl that's young, early 20s, thin or thick, chubby, whatever they were looking for, Asian, black, whatever." And they would tell one of the girls, "Okay, here's the address." So, well, they actually give it to the driver, which was also the security guard. He drive them down there. They do their thing, come back to the office, split the money. 20% went to the driver. So much went to the company, and then the girl kept the rest. He goes, but sometimes these girls are making a killing because they were getting a lot of jobs over in South Orange County, in like rich areas. So I was like, hey man, do you think you can get me hooked up over there? So he's like, okay, well we already have another driver. There's me and another guy. He goes, but let me talk to the owner and see if I can get you in here. So he did. I remember the owner's name was Sam, real big fat dude. He looked like Boss Hog, just a big, fat, sloppy fucking dude. And he talked to the dude Sam. So Sam was like, bring him down here and talk to him. So the boy called me and said, hey man, the owner wants to meet you. Come down. If he likes you, he'll keep you. If he lets you, he'll give you a shot. So I said, okay. So I go down there. And they called me into his office, and my boy Mondo's in there with me. And I'm talking to the owner. And I think right off the bat, he liked me because, me and Mondo, we both came from the streets. You know what I mean? And you couldn't just be some average dude trying to do this kind of job. You have to be willing to, sometimes fight with people. So he's like, yeah, I'll give you a shot. And he's like, well, let me run things down to you, how things work. So that's when I started to find out how everything was going. So what he was telling me, he's like, this is what you do. We get a show. I'll give you the address. You take the girl. Whether you go to a hotel, motel, or a house, you walk up to the door with the girl, and the girl will ring the doorbell, knock on the door, whatever. You stay to the side. Don't let them see you. If they look through the peephole or through the window, you don't want them to see you because they're going to be scared. As soon as they open the door, you step up in front of the door and just explain to them, I'm not a cop, I'm the driver. I'm just here to collect the show fee, which I think at the time I'm not 100% positive, but I think the show fee was $120, which that went straight to the company. The girl, I don't think she got any of that. $20 went to me for just driving her. The rest went to the company, the other 100. So, when you go, he's like, when you go to the door, you say, I'm just here to collect the show fee. You discuss everything with her. I'm not gonna go in there. I'm gonna go sit outside in the car, or I'll wait somewhere else. She'll call me. The girl goes in, you go back to the car, or you go find a place to hang out for a minute, somewhere in the area, a bench, whatever. The girl's gonna call you and tell you, okay, come to the door, I got some money. You go to the door, collect the money, go back and wait. If she gets more money, she'll call you again. So he says it's simple. It's simple. So I said, all right, like I can do that, no problem. So that's how I started working there. I started working as a security for these girls. And what we do is there was an office in Fullerton. The place was called Sexual Seductions. Sensual Seductions. I think it might have been Sexual Seductions, something like that. Sensual Seductions. This is way before that Snoop Dogg song. There was an office in Fullerton. We had to be there every day at, I want to say 6 o'clock at night. Me, Mondo, and the other driver. His name was Josh. And all the girls. In this office was that dude Sam. He had his office, his desk, his computer, all that shit in there. There was another room where there was a couple couches, a big screen TV, and there was another room had like 2 or 3 computers in there, with the internet and all that. Then there was like a lunch room. It was in like one of the complexes with other little small businesses. There were suites. So, anyways, we would go over there 6 o'clock at night. Everybody would meet up there. In that same parking lot, there was a Black Angus. Sometimes we go over there and drink until somebody called. Go there, have dinner. Next door was a McDonald's. It was right there on Imperial, and I want to say it was Harbor. So, yeah, we would be there. All the girls would be there. They would be doing their makeup in that one room where the TV was at. Some of them would be in the computer room on MySpace and Facebook. That's how they were getting their jobs. So we started. I started doing that. I would go, and it was cool. I mean, sometimes you didn't really make that much money that day. Sometimes you go somewhere. I would go and take the girl, and because they wouldn't really explain shit to the guys that were calling. The guys that would call, they were like, okay, so it's $120 show fee, and that's what they thought they were going to pay for whatever it was that they wanted. But that's not the way it worked. That was just, they wouldn't tell them anything more because they wanted them to get the girls there. Because once the girls got there, then the girls can finesse these guys out of more money. Because that's the only way that the girls were going to make money, is to finesse these dudes out of it. So there was times where we go to a show and like I would pop out on these guys, and sometimes they would be scared, like the fuck is going on? I think I was a cop or something. Like, I'm not a cop. I'm just here to collect the show fee. I'll go sit in the car. So then the girls would go in the house with them or in the hotel, motel, whatever, and sometimes the girl would come right back up, and she's like, he doesn't want to pay no more money. He thought that $120 was for whatever he wanted. And so the girls used to get mad. They used to tell try to tell the owner, hey man, you need to start telling these fucking guys that it's not $120. You get whatever you want. It's not the way it works. But he was like, no. You guys have to finesse them out of the money. If we say that, then you're never gonna get a job. They're never gonna fucking pay up. So it made sense, but at the same time, there was a lot of dead leads. A lot of driving around for nothing. I just get $20 to drive a girl out there. She wouldn't get no money. He'd take the other 100. And they wouldn't get shit. They wouldn't make them no money all night. But then there was times where they were making a killing, and all these girls, they used to say, no, we ain't sleep with nobody. We don't sleep. They had tricks to, some of them had tricks to not be able to sleep, knew how to fuck with these guys to not stay with them, but they were sleeping with the dudes. There's no doubt about it because you could hear them. I'd be by the door waiting, and you could hear them getting smashed up in that room. And then they would still pretend like, yeah, I never had sex with nobody. I never slept with anybody. I might have, jerked a couple guys off, but I was like, yeah, you guys are fucking liars. I know what you guys are doing, you know. But like sometimes we take them down this way down south over by Laguna, Capistrano, and these are rich men out there, and these are $1 million homes, and they would go in there and come out with like 2-3 grand, and I'm getting 20% of that. Can't remember the percentage the company took, but they I mean, the girls weren't getting all the money though. They were getting a small portion for the shit they were doing. But we were, as the driver, we were encouraging these girls because we wanted to make money too. I remember one time I took this girl out to Laguna, and she was a white girl. She was a real pretty white girl, lived right here in Ontario. She really wasn't had much up top, but she had a big ass, and that's what she was known for. She just had a real big ass, and I took her to this place over in Laguna, right on the fucking beach, and did my thing, popped up on the dude. Hey, I'm just here to collect the show fee, whatever. Well, when he had opened the door and I stepped up, I seen another guy in the fucking place. There was 2 guys in there. They were older guys though, probably in their late 50s. So I told her like, hey, there's 2 guys in there. You want to go in there? I'll see if this dude could tell the other dude he had to leave, but she's like, no, it's okay. I'll be all right. So I was like, all right, I'll stay right here by the door. I won't go to the car. I'll stay by the door. So he gave me the 120, and I sat on the little bench right there by the front door. I said, I told the guy, since you have 2 guys in here, I'm gonna stay right here. He's like, no problem, that's fine. So I'm sitting by this window, and the blinds are open, so I look into his front room. So I'm sitting there just looking in the front room, and she goes in with him, and him and her sit on this couch. There's another guy on this couch, and I could hear what they're talking about. So I'm just sitting in the window, and I'm just watching, like, make sure that these guys are not gonna do nothing to her. So the guy that had ordered her, the one that owned the house, he's talking to her like really nice old white dude. He's asking her how she is and all this shit. They're talking for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And she had already told him like, hey, for me to be here, it's gonna cost you money, whatever. He's like, well, how much? She just threw a number out there. I think she had told him like 1,500. And the dude was like, no problem. So he broke her off the money right then and there. She comes to the door, she's like, here. Even when I'm counting like, fuck, 1,500 bucks. Like, I'm thinking like to myself, like, fuck, she's gonna get fucking ran in by both these dudes. So I sit on the couch, talking. Then the other guy he finally, because he was talking they were all talking, just like normal conversation. And all of a sudden the dude that didn't live there, he was like, so like, when are you gonna show us your tits? When are you gonna get naked? And she like looks at him like, she's like, I didn't come for you, I came for him, he called for me here. He's like, yeah, but fuck, you're right here. I mean, come on, you're an escort. Take off your clothes, what the fuck? Paid you all this money. And the other dude says, hey, don't talk to her like that. Be respectful. She's a woman. She didn't come here for you. She came here for me. I paid. That was my money, not yours. Be respectful. And he's like, well, come on, man. You just gave her $1,500. Tell her to take her fucking clothes, man. Tell her. He's like, I didn't call her here for that. He's like, what do you mean? What did you call her here for? Just to talk to her? You pay all this money just to talk to her? He goes, it's my money. I'm going to do whatever I want to do with it. Don't worry about it. But don't be disrespectful to her and don't say that no more. Because if you say something to her again like that, I'm going to tell you to leave. She's my friend. I invited her here. you don't like it, then get the fuck out of my house. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just in the window like, damn. So the guy's like, whatever, man. It's your money. You want to sit here and talk to her for $1,500? It's up to you. Whatever, man. So he's pissed off. He's just sitting there. He's not talking no more. He's just sitting there like waiting to see what's gonna happen. So them two are still talking, like if they were friends. This dude gets frustrated again. He's like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, what the fuck? Tell her to her fucking clothes." He goes, "One more time. This is the last time I tell you. One more time. You can get the fuck out of my house. Don't talk to my friend like that. She's not here for you." Fuck, whatever. So she was there for maybe like an hour, and she tells him bye. He's like, "Okay." That was it. He gave her a hug. The other guy was like, "Man, that was a waste of your fucking money. Don't worry about it. It's my money." She comes walking out and we leave. I was like, God damn. You fucking talked to this dude for an hour for $1,500. I just couldn't believe it. And she's like, yeah. A lot of these older guys, they don't have nobody to talk. They can't trust nobody. Everybody they know is looking to get money out of them. So there's times where we go, boy, I'll go to shows and I don't have to do nothing. They'll just give me money just to sit there and talk to them. And I couldn't believe it. I saw it myself. I still couldn't believe it. That dude gave her $1,500 to stay there for an hour and talk to him. But then again, there was other times where, it wasn't like that. It was dangerous for them and us, because you never know what the fuck was gonna happen. Another time I took this other chick. I think she was Brazilian. She was a real bitch too. She didn't like none of us going with her. She didn't want no drivers. She used to tell the owner, like, I don't need a driver. I can do this on my own. I don't feel I should pay these guys 20% of my money. I'm the one doing the work. They're not doing nothing and yada, yada, yada. And he's like, no, if you're going to work here, you're going to go with a driver. That's just the way it's going to be. And shit, it changed one day. One day I had took her to the Ritz-Carlton in Pasadena. I don't think it's called the Ritz-Carlton anymore, but it was the Ritz-Carlton. And the thing was, we used to tell the girls, don't dress like a prostitute. Dress casual, jeans, just dress fucking normal. But don't dress provocative and your tits out and mini skirts. Where do you go to expensive hotels or expensive areas? If you walk into one like the Ritz Carlton and you look like a hooker, right away they're gonna call the cops. Or they're gonna say, hey, what are you guys doing here? You guys got a room here? And it's already bad enough that here I am with tattoo on my face and tattoos all over my arms, walking into the Ritz Carlton or any other, really expensive hotel. I said, so I don't need you drawing attention. So don't dress like a prostitute. Just dress casual, normal. So we went to the Ritz Carlton in Pasadena. And we find the room. We're going down this hallways and shit. We find the room. And she knocks on the door and boom, I step up in front of the door. So they open it. And there was two dudes in there. Two Armenians. And I told them, like, they gave them the whole spiel, from the driver, blah, blah, the security. They give me the 120. I go down the hallway. There's a bench in the hallway. I go sit at the bench, waiting for her to call me. She called me like 5 minutes later. I come to the door. I think she gave me maybe like $2,000. So I was like, are you all right? You gonna be okay with both them guys and shit? She was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm cool. It was that bitch, the Brazilian chick. She's like, yeah, I'm good. All right, go ahead. But she was like the pro at all this shit. She was older than all the other girls. She was probably in her late 30s. Good looking girl, but a bitch. She used to come with a small suitcase with lingerie and vibrators and dildos and oil and all kinds of shit, She swore that she wasn't fucking nobody, but she had all this shit. So when we go to shows, she'd be pulling her little fucking suitcase, So she's like, yeah, I'll be all right. It's okay, I'm gonna be down the hall right here. Anything happens, call me. Okay. So I go down to the end of the hall, I'm waiting there. Maybe like 30, 45 minutes go by, something like that. And she called me. she's all paranoid and panicked and shit. She's like, oh my God. She's whispering, oh my God. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I'm in the restroom. They got me locked in. They got me in here. That guy, they got me trapped in the restroom. I ain't got my clothes. I'm naked. They got my clothes in the other room. Um, I'm scared, but they won't let me leave. They won't let me get near the front door. I was trying to go to the front door and one was blocking me from going into the front door, so I ran into the bathroom. So I'm like, fuck. And we weren't carrying guns or knives with us because of where the places we were going. We didn't want to get going to the Ritz Carlton and they call the cops like, hey, there's some gangster dudes up in here, and come down, cops search, we got guns on us. So we couldn't carry guns and knives. If anything, we can only fight with people, if things went bad. So now I'm like, fuck, I ain't got no gun, I ain't got no knife, I ain't got shit, but I gotta go get this girl out of that room. So I go to the door, expecting the worst. I pound on the door and one of the dudes comes to the door with no shirt on. Like, what's going on? I said, where's the fucking girl at? And he's like, what? I said, you heard me. Where the fuck's the girl at? Let her out of the bathroom. She called me from the bathroom. Let her out of the fucking bathroom. And he says something to the dude in Armenian. The other dude fucking walks away from the bathroom door. Bathroom door opens up. She runs in there. She's ass naked. She runs in there, grabs her shit real quick, and runs out. She still ain't got no fucking clothes on. She runs out with her clothes in her hand. She's pulling that little cart with her. She runs into the hallway. And I said, just go down there. And then I stand by the door waiting so she can get away a little bit. And then I turn around and start following her. And she's at the end of the hall, putting her panties and everything back on. We go to the car. I'm like, what the fuck is going? What happened? That's when she told me what had happened. They wanted their money back. They were like, we want our money back. I said, you didn't get your fucking money back. You caused all this shit, not her. So you're not getting your money back. So me and her took off. And after that is when she kind of seemed like, okay, yeah, I do need somebody with me because if nobody was with her, shit, them dudes, they could have fucking killed her. She was little too. They could have stuffed her in a fucking suitcase and drug her ass out of there. She was real small, real petite. She really didn't give us no problems after that, but it was crazy because like my partner that got me the job there, he was before he started working there, he was seeing this chick. At that time we're in our mid-30s. He was seeing this chick she was kind of young, 21, 22 years old. Nice looking, really nice looking, nice body. Except when she smiled. She had like buck teeth, and when she smiled, she showed all her gums. All the other girls at the company used to call her Gumby. I used to call her Sugarfoot because she reminded me of a fucking horse. And but he was seeing her, but he kind of like turned her out. He told her one day, "Hey, you want to come over here and work? You make some good money, So he brought her out to the office, and he told Sam, like, "Hey, this girl, she's a friend of mine. She wants to work." And of course, that dude's like, "Fuck yeah," because she was nice and she was young. Fuck yeah. So them two started making good money together. Um, so I kind of felt like, fuck, man, I need to get me somebody in here. So I had got this Filipino chick, another young girl, 24, maybe. Really nice looking Filipino chick. I got her a job there. And it kind of became like a competition between me and him because the thing was, since he brought her, he always felt like nobody can drive her but me. I got her a job here. I'm seeing her. Nobody can make money off her but me. And the owner was like, that's bullshit. If you're on another job with another chick and she's here and he's here, he's taking her. And he didn't like that, And so when I got the girl that I got in there, I said, well, fuck it. You could take her if you want. I'll keep her because, he had a good looking chick. I had a good looking chick. So like, you keep yours, I'll keep mine and keep it like that. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. So I got this young Filipino chick to go in there and start working there. And I would drive her around. She would make really good money too. But we also used to rotate the other girls. It was pretty much fucking prostitution, you know. Except Sam was the pimp and we were just security guards. Another time though, I took I can try to remember what girl. Oh, it was the fucking white girl with the big ass. We got a call for a job in Azusa. And he gives me the address, like, fuck, I know exactly where this is at. It's right there by the 10 where San Gabriel and Azusa meet back up if you're going southbound down San Gabriel. There's on the right hand side of a bunch of apartment complexes right there. It's like one of those apartment complexes right there. Right there in the neighborhood, you know? I'm like, fuck, all right, so we go down there. And pull the same routine. She goes to the door, I'm standing to the side, she knocks on the apartment door. Door opens up, I step in front, and I'm like, fuck. He was like a gangster dude, probably in his late 20s. And he's shocked. Like, he steps back, and where I fucked up is I stepped into the doorway. Stepped into the doorway, say, hey, check it out, man. I'm just a security guard. I'm just here to collect the 120 show fee, and I'm gone. I'll go sit in the car. He'll discuss everything else with you. What happened between you and her, I don't want to know about it. So he's like staring at me like, what the fuck? So he's like, all right. So he gets to the 120. She goes with him. I go out and I'm standing at it was the second floor. And go to the edge of the steps. I'm sitting on the steps right there. At the top of the steps. I want to say like 5 minutes later, she comes out. And she's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, that dude's fucking pissed off. She's like, I had to get out of the room real quick because I told him to go to the bathroom. He's on the fucking phone in his room. I can hear him telling somebody on the phone, like, hey, come down here, bring the homeboys down here. Some fucking dude, man, just walked over to my house. He stepped in my house, being disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. She's like, he called up some other guys. They're going to come down here right now. I was like, oh, fuck, let's go. You know, I didn't want to get caught up right there. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Hurry up. Get downstairs, get in the car, and we get the fuck out of there. So that's how dangerous it could be. You know, if she didn't come out, I could have been sitting on them stairs and a bunch of dudes from Azusa would have showed up. And, you know, them fucking dudes up there, they don't fuck around. I wouldn't have left that apartment complex. But yeah, sometimes the shit got dangerous. And then, you know, after doing it for so long, you know, you wanted to make that money too. It was important that we made money, you know, because we stayed there from 6 in the evening till like 4 in the morning at the office every day. You're there that long and you only made $40 because you went to 2 different shows and got gas because nobody wanted to pay. So you wanted these girls to hustle, you know. I remember this one day, the owner called me in the office. He said, hey, come in here. And yeah, what's going on, Sam? He goes, I got a new girl coming in today. He said, I'm doing a little interview. I want you to be in here because I want you to see what it is I'm doing. He goes, because maybe one day I'll let you take over this shit for me, you know, so I don't have to be here. Because his daughter was doing it when he's not there. But he had told me, like, if I'm not here, if she can't be here, you do all this shit here for me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he's telling me, okay, this chick that's coming, she's like in her mid-30s. She's married. She has a couple kids. Shit went bad for her and her husband as far as, you know, he got laid off his job. She needs to make some money. She heard about this from one of the other girls. So she wants to come down and try it out. So we're going to see how she looks and see if she's a fit to work here. Okay. I didn't know what he was doing. I just thought it was a fucking job interview. In his office is his desk. He's sitting behind the desk. He has 2 chairs in front of his computer. Over here is a couch. But one of the girls comes in and says, hey, Sam, there's a new girl that's just showed up. Yeah, send her in here. So she comes in. She's a nice looking girl. In her mid to late 30s. Nice looking though. So that was a plus for her. he had to be nice looking to be able to do this kind of job. So I'm sitting on the couch, and he tells me he introduces himself, whatever. He's like, "Oh, this is Mike. He's one of the drivers or securities. He's the one who looks out for you guys. There's two other drivers not here right now, but you'll go with one of these drivers if you get a job." So she sits down, and they're talking, and so why do you want to do this? You're in your mid to late 30s. What's going on? So she started explaining to him again. Her husband lost his job. They're backed up on the mortgage. She needs to make some fast money, and yada yada, all this bullshit. He goes, okay. So he goes, do you really think you can do this? And she's like, well, but he was telling her, she was like, what about your husband? Your husband doesn't care. She's like, no, we're really hurting right now. So, like, you really think you can do it? And she's like, well, I hope so. He's like, no, you have to be sure. You have to be sure that you can do this. Are you comfortable with being naked around a strange man that ain't your husband? She's like, I think so. He's like, okay. He's like, do me a favor. Stand up. So she stands up. And he says, take off all your clothes. And she's like, excuse me? He's like, take up all your clothes. And she's like, right here in front of both of you. He's like, yeah, take up everything. Take it all off. And she don't know what to do. She don't know what to say. And I'm sitting there like, looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And you could tell she was really fucking nervous. He's like, you see what I mean? How do you expect to do this in a hotel, a motel room, or a home with somebody you don't know? If you can't do it right now, and you're safe here, nobody's gonna do nothing to you here. There's girls over in that room. We're both there. Nobody's gonna do nothing to you here. But how do you expect to do this kind of job if you can't do it right now? So she stripped her clothes off completely. And he's like, okay, turn around, turned around. Me, I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, but I understand what he's doing, but I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, so she got dressed again. He's like, okay, go ahead and get dressed. She gets dressed. And he's like, are you ready to work? She's like, yeah. He goes, okay, you can start tonight. So she's like, okay. So she gets dressed. She goes into the room with other girls. He introduces her to all the other girls. Say, hey, this is a new girl. Make her feel comfortable. Teach her the ropes. Tell her what she's got to do. Tell her how to make the money. What to do. There was a trick that they used to do. The girls would go into the room with a guy. The guy is expecting sex, of course. Blowjob, sex, whatever. That's what he's expecting. He just gave her, 1,500, $2,000, $3,000, whatever he gave her. So he's expecting something. Sometimes they wouldn't get that much money. These guys would be like, no, I'm not paying. Sometimes they would only get like fucking $400, $300. So, but there was other times they would make some good money. So what the girls were doing, when they were telling her, he was like, look, most of the time, you do not have to sleep with these guys. Take off your clothes, strip, do a strip like you're a stripper. Down the bed, strip down real slow, blah, blah, blah. Take your time. They're going to get all worked up and aroused. Think they're going to fuck and all that stuff. Start touching them, play with them. You know what I mean? Bring fucking KY jelly with you, and pretty much like jerk the dudes off. They go, because once he's finished, now he's uncomfortable. He's already done. He's like, he wants to get you the fuck out of there. He's not trying to fucking have you sit there longer or pay any more money. He's like, wants to get rid of you as quick as possible. So that was the trick. They used to do that shit to guys all the time. We were telling her this. We get a call for a job right there on Harbor, more toward State College, over in that area. It's a motel. So it's, hey, Mike, take her. See what happens. He's like, talk to her on the way over, talk to her on the way over. Tell her what to do, you know what I mean? School her, tell her what to do, man. She can make us some good money, you know. That's he knew because she was a nice lady. He's like, she can make us some good money, man, but she gotta be taught right. That's all right. So we get in the car and I take her. I said, check it out. Just do what the girls tell you. Take your time. You know, if you ain't got to sleep with them, don't sleep with them. If you ain't got no other choice, you put in that situation, do what you got to do. I'm not going to be in there, so I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. I'm not going to be in there. I'm going to be outside, but I'll be out in the car. If you need me, call me on the phone. I'll come over there. Don't worry about it. It's only going to take me a couple seconds to get there if anything happens. So she's like, okay. So she's like, I'm really nervous. I said, don't worry about it. First couple times you'll be nervous. After that, you'll learn. So she's like, they start telling me shit like, fuck, you know, now she's thinking about her husband and her kids, and like, she's like, I don't know if I'm making the right decision. I mean, I said, put that shit out of your mind. You need money. You need money for your mortgage. You're gonna lose your home. You have money for food. You have money to pay the bills. You can make some money right now. So I'm over there just throwing the shit at her. Like, I'm trying to bring her the fuck down. Like, as far as her mentality, like, you need this. Like, you're gonna fucking lose everything if you don't fucking get in line and start, you know, go in there and do what you gotta do. So we get to the motel. I pull up right in front of the door. We get out and I step to the side. She knocks on the door. Door opens up. Boom. Walk up. I'm here to collect the show fee. I'm her driver. Dude gives me $120. I thought, okay, I'll be right here in the car. Come out or call me. I said, if he gives you more money, call me. I'll come to the door. You give me the money. 10 minutes go by. She comes out and she gets in the car. Now the dude already paid me the $120. And I see him like looking through the window, like he don't come out. He's looking through the blinds, the window, the curtains. And I said, what happened? You don't want anything? And she's like, all emotional. I can't do it. I can't do this. Like, what do you mean you can't do this? I can't do it. You know, I'm thinking about my husband, my kids, you know, my husband at home, my kids right now. And I've never done nothing like this in my life. And I said, look, get the fuck out of my car. Get out of my car. And she's like, what? I said, get the fuck out. Get out. And get the fuck back in there. You think I brought you over here for $20? Bullshit. You were in the office. You took your clothes off. You said you could do this. Now get the fuck out of my car and get in there and make money. That's what you're here to do. Don't come back in here without fucking making money. And she starts crying. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm sorry. Just take me back and you'll never see me again. And I said, no. Get out. Get out. Get the fuck out of my car and go make fucking money. Please don't make me do that. Please. And this and that. I said, you fucking bitch. You fucking have us driving you, have me driving you down here for $20 fucking dollars? You were in there, you took all your fucking clothes off, said you can do this and this and that. You say you need the money for your family. And now you fucking come out here and tell me you can't do it? I'm sorry, please, just take me back. So I was like, fuck. Started driving back down. I'll talk to her on the way back. And we get back to the office. I said, get the fuck out of my car. Get in your car and get the fuck out of here. Don't go in the office. I'll let him know what happened. But don't ever fucking come back over here again. This shit's not for you. And she's like, I'm sorry, I will. So she got in her car, she left. I became like that. It was about fucking making money. You know, sometimes you had to fucking talk to them like that because I wanted to make money. One thing that was that all of the drivers were worried about was getting caught doing what we're doing, because Sam, the owner, he wasn't going to get charged, but we were going to get charged. We, as the drivers, we're there with these girls. So if the cops end up coming, back then they were still charging guys with pimping and pandering, and that's what we would have got charged with. Now it's can't remember what they're calling it now. Uh, human smuggling, some shit, whatever that's called. But back then they were still calling it pimping and pandering. You don't want to go to fucking court for pimping and pandering, because pretty much they're like, you're a pimp. So yeah, I mean that was a real interesting job. Trying to think of some other stories that I had, some other interesting stories. Oh, another time I took a girl to Whittier in the hills right there in Whittier, up Whittier Boulevard where the Visor homes were at. So we get over to this fucking nice house. It's like one of them driveways that curves. You pull up in this driveway, and this guy comes out with this chick. He is like maybe in his late 40s. She's like in her mid 30s, early 30s maybe, but she has a real small mini skirt on, and she has real fake tits. They're all just like out of her shirt. Nice looking chick. He comes down these steps. He had a big fucking house. And he kind of like greets us like he knows us. He's like, hey, what's up? Come on in. So I didn't have to get out of the car this time and hide behind a wall, none of that shit. They came out. Come on in. So I get and say, hey man, I'm the driver, I'm here to collect that show fee. He's like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Come on in. So we go in the house. We're in this living room area, and he's like, hey, you guys want something to drink? Want some wine? We're having some wine. They have the music playing and shit, like kind of like low, but like soft music. You guys want some wine? And I'm just like, yeah, sure. So he's like, come on. We go in the kitchen, really big, nice kitchen with an island right there, and there's like a charcuterie board out there, and there's wine. So he pours me and her wine. They have wine. They're treating us like they know us. Cheers, guys. So we're just talking, and he starts telling me that he's a plastic surgeon. And he's like, this is my girlfriend. You see her tits? And I'm like, yeah, I did that. And he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, they're nice. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's my work. And I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm drinking the wine. I'm just kind of confused. And he says, I know that you guys want to get down to business. So the reason that we called the girl here is because it's my birthday. My girlfriend wanted me to give me a birthday present. And the birthday present is I want to have a threesome. But we don't want to have a threesome with somebody we know. We want to do it with somebody that we don't know. We have no ties to. So that's why we call her. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, well, I'm just here to collect the show fee. I'll go sit in the car. You deal with her. I don't discuss money with you guys. I don't discuss what goes on. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'll go sit in the car. No, 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 no. You ain't got to sit in the car. This is what we do. Me and the two women, we're going to go in the room in the back. You can hang out here in the living room. There's food right here. If there's anything else you want, go ahead. You can make yourself some food you want. There's plenty of food in the pantry. There's food in the refrigerator. Whatever you want, you can have it. If you want another bottle of wine, go down the hallway, go down the stairs. There's a door down there. Go ahead and get whatever you want out of there. There's a bunch of wine in that room. Don't go sit in the car. Go ahead and hang out in the room. Change the music if you want. Or watch TV, watch a movie, whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I said, okay, that's cool. So he's like, come on, ladies. They go down this long hallway, and the room's at the very end. I can see the door. They go down there. I'm just standing in the living room, just looking around, drinking wine. Like, it's just a weird situation. Then she comes back and she passes me a bunch of money. I can't remember how much it was, but she gave me a nice stack of money. Put it in my pocket. She go back into the room. And actually, she came out. She just had her bra on and her thong. That's how she came out of the room. She walks away, go back into the room. A little while later, this dude comes out. And he comes out with a little tiny fucking robe on. Like one of the little Japanese robe. I think it's called kimono. A little small fucking robe. Silk. He comes out of the room, tying it. He's like, hey man, I think you need to get in here. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck happened? So I'm like coming down the hallway real quick. I'm like, what's going on, man? She's in the bathroom. She's throwing up. So I'm like, fuck. So I go in the bathroom. And she's naked. And she's bent over at the toilet, vomiting in there. So I'm standing there waiting for her to finish. And I'm thinking maybe they gave her something, you know? So she stops, she goes to the sink, she's wiping her mouth. I said, what the fuck is going on? What happened? She's like, I can't do it. Can't do it. I said, you can't do what? I can't do it. I can't be with, I've never had a threesome. I don't know what to do. I can't do it. And I said, you better get the fuck back in there. Put some toothpaste in your fucking mouth and get back in there. What are you talking about? We can get more money out of them. The fucking guy's rich. Get your shit together. And I'm whispering to him, but I'm mad. Get the fuck back in there right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, you better fucking do it. I'm not giving this guy his fucking money back. I can't. I'm like, fuck. I'm thinking this dude's gonna cause a problem. He's gonna want his money back. I'm not gonna give it to him. I think it was a couple grand. I'm not gonna give him his money back. And so I open the door, we both come out. Again, she ain't got no clothes on. I say, check it out, bro. She's never done nothing like this before. And mind you, he's got this fucking little robe on. She's ass naked. His girlfriend is fully clothed still. She's sitting on the bed with her back against the headboard, just sitting up there like she was watching. I said, look, man, she's young, because I think she was like 21, 22. She's never done nothing like this before. She's scared. That's why she got sick. I said, let me do it. Like, let me do this. Let me take her back to the office. Not too far from here, 15 minutes. I'll grab another one of the girls, another good looking chick that we have over there, and I'll bring her back over here. I know that she'll take care of everything, you know. He's like, no, you know what, man? It's okay. It's okay. You guys keep the money. I understand. Don't worry about it, man. I'm sorry that she feels uncomfortable. It's okay. Like, he was being cool as fuck. It's okay. You guys keep the money. Don't worry about it. I said, no, man, I'll go back and get another girl. No. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Keep the money. It's okay. I said, you sure? Yeah. All right. So I said to her, get your shit. I'm pissed. She gets dressed. She didn't get fully dressed. She's still in her underwear. She's grabbing her clothes. She's walking down the hallway, getting dressed as she's going down the hallway. He says, hey, wait a minute, before I walked out the room. Hey, wait a minute, come here. Just let her go out there real quick. I want to talk to you. I said, okay. So I told her, hey, go sit in the car. I'll go out there right now. I'm thinking that he was talking to me about getting another girl down here. So he says, it's okay what happened with her. He goes, but my girlfriend, she likes you. She's a nice looking guy. I'm like, okay. He says, how about we do it like this? You keep that money for her. Don't worry about that. How much does it cost for you to stay here? And I'm like, what? Me? Okay, now you gotta remember, at this time, I'm probably like 360 pounds, 350 pounds. I'm a fat fucker. I'm not no stripper. I ain't all cut up and built and shit. I'm a fat dude. And he's like, yeah, how much is it going to cost for you to stay? And I said, stay for what? He's like, not for me, for her. She likes you. And I'm looking at this girl because she's fucking fine as hell. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, she wants you to stay. He's like, right? She's like, yeah. I said, you want me to stay here with you? And she's like, yeah. I said, what about you? He's like, I just want to watch. And I says, you want to watch me fuck your girlfriend? He's like, yeah. I won't do nothing, I promise. He goes, you probably will kick the shit out of me anyway. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay over there. I'll sit in that chair there. This is what she wants. Whatever she wants, she can have. And I'm like, dude. Um, he goes, but I want you to stay all night. And it's only like, you know, 9 in the evening, 8:39. But you want to stay here all night? He's like, how much did it cost for you to stay here all night? And I was like, $1,500. Done. We'll take the girl back, come back. We'll have some wine. We'll hang out, listen to some music. We'll have some fun. Don't worry, I won't do nothing. This is between you and her. I said, I was telling her, you're serious? And she's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, we're serious. You like what you see? And I says, oh, yeah, of course. And he's like, show him. And I'm like looking at her like, show him what? She just opened her legs. She had no underwear on. She's on the bed with a little tight skirt. She opened her legs and she's on the bed. I put her back against the headboard. And I'm thinking in my mind, what the fuck is going on? My mind is already fucking blown. Like first I'm a fat fucker. It's a nice little chick. This dude wants me to sleep with his girl. And she's with it. And she just opens her legs like, he's like, you like what you see? And I was like, yeah. Come back. Take her back, come back. Okay, cool. So I get in the car, start leaving. I'm not mad at her no more. I'm like, fuck her. I'm about to get paid $1,500. So she's like, what happened? I told her. She's like, are you fucking serious? I said, yeah. She's like, are you gonna do it? I said, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna make $1,500. So we get back to the office, and right away she runs in there. She's like, guess what happened? Oh my god, and blah blah. She starts telling the owner's daughter, who liked me, fat chick. She liked me, and she wanted to be with me, you know. She thought, hey, you can't believe what happened. And this is nah. She's telling her the story, and I'm just like, man, fuck you running your mouth for, you know. And she's like, he's gonna go back. They're gonna give me $1,500. And she's like, I offered you $1,500. And I was like, yeah, $1,500 to go back over there. I told them I'd bring another girl, but they didn't want it. They want me to stay. So I'm gonna drop her off and we'll go back over there. She's like, okay, so you're gonna get your money and you're gonna pay me my money. I said, no, I'm not an escort. I'm a security. She's like, yeah, but you're on the clock with me right now. And that was the company's job. That was our job. So if you're gonna go back over there and you're gonna sleep with that fucking woman, you're gonna pay like the girls do. I said, I'm not paying you shit. I'm not gonna pay you nothing. I'm the security. I get a percentage, 20% of of taking care of them. Not me. He's like, then you better not go back over there. If you're not gonna pay me, then you better not go back over there. I said, I'm gonna go over there. She's like, well then don't come back over here no more. You will know you're gonna be fired. If you leave here and go back over there, you're fired. You cannot work here no more. That's the only job I had. So I'm like, you're serious? You're gonna fucking fire me? She's like, if you don't pay me, you're gonna get fired. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 30%. Because I think the girls, out of all the money they made, they only made 50%. It was a shitty job for the girl because 20% goes to the driver, 30% went to the company. The girl only kept 50%. So if she went blew off some dude for $1,000, she lost 500 off the bat, 520. She got 480. So, with that, if I went back over there, I'm gonna lose 30% of the money. So she's like, she was pissed off. She's like, you better not fucking go back over there, because I will fire you. Don't even leave the building. I told her, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go home for the night. She's like, you better not go home, or you're fucking fired, because I know you're lying. This dude kept blowing up my fucking phone, because I gave him my number before I left. He kept blowing up my phone, leaving me text messages and voicemails like, hey man, when you coming back? We're waiting for you, blah, blah, blah. So needless to say, I never went back because she was gonna fucking fire me for doing it because I wasn't gonna pay her. I wasn't gonna pay her no fucking 30%. I didn't work for her that way. I was a security, but she was like, nope, nope. If you go back over there, you're fired. The place ended up getting shut down, and we were just me and him were doing way too much anyway. We were sleeping with a lot of these girls too. Me and him. Um, the company ended up going out of business, I guess. So yeah, that was. I worked there for maybe close to a year doing that shit. It was really interesting. Sometimes stressful. There was scary situations. Sometimes it was funny situations. Um, Made some pretty good money doing it though. That's the closest I ever came to being a fucking pimp because pretty much that's what we were doing. We got really involved in it. Yeah, at first it was just like, okay, we'll go with you, you take our money. After a while, it's like, hey, get your fucking ass in there, make more money. Don't come back in this car. Don't call me unless you make more money. We were taking women to expensive hotels, Ritz Carlton, the Mission Inn in Riverside. All right, so sorry about that. My camera died, but anyways, yeah, it was a pretty interesting job. Take these girls to these fancy hotels and these rich neighborhoods and all the interesting shit that came along with it. I don't know what happened to all the people that worked there with us. It was just me and my partner. We're still friends. But the owner, his daughter, I never knew what happened to all them people. All the girls, we never really kept contact with them once we stopped working there. Well, I didn't keep contact with none of them. I just went about my own business. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting job to be a security for escorts. But anyway, that's the story for the day. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, take care.